Caroline Arnold, Small Move, Big Change, Using Micro-Resolutions to Transform Your Life Permanently. Dive into the world of micro-resolutions with our summary of A Small Move, Big Change, Using Micro-Resolutions to Transform Your Life Permanently by Caroline Arnold. Discover how you can overcome the barriers to making the common sweeping resolutions, such as getting in shape or becoming more organized, by employing micro-resolutions, small, precise, and achievable plans tailored to your individual needs. This book emphasizes the importance of being fully aware of your actions, using mindfulness to break bad habits, and delivering instant gratification with these easy-to-implement resolutions. Achieve success by taking a fresh look at your self-imposed goals and expectations.
Why most New Year's resolutions fail. Every year, people make resolutions on New Year's Eve, hoping to make big changes in their lives. However, studies show that most people fail to keep their resolutions, with estimates ranging around 88%. One of the reasons why resolutions fail is that they are often too broad and vague, making it easy to slip up and make excuses. For instance, a resolution to get in shape and go to the gym is too general and lacks specificity, which leads to excuses like skipping the gym today and starting tomorrow. Another reason for resolutions failing is the absence of a concrete plan or start point. The statement, "I want to be more organized," may sound positive, but it does not provide a plan of action. Achieving resolutions requires more than just a desire to change, it requires specific, actionable steps. To prevent resolutions from failing, it's important to make them specific, achievable, and time-bound. The power of autopilot habits. How our daily habits run on autopilot and affect our behavior. The bad habits are hard to break because they are governed by autopilot habits. To end a bad habit, one must develop mindfulness, which requires a great deal of mental energy and willpower. Willpower being a scarce resource, breaking bad habits can be exhausting and cause a relapse. Only after severe environmental factors, it's possible to change behavior. The key to self-improvement is to declare war on autopilot and cultivate mindfulness. Change habits with micro-resolutions. Micro-resolutions are precise, practical, and achievable plans to address bad habits. Unlike broad and unmanageable resolutions, micro-resolutions concentrate on small, tangible changes in daily life. To make micro-resolutions work, focus on specific changes in behavior, not the outcomes. For instance, rather than vowing to eat less for a healthier lifestyle, opt for small goals like no cookies during daily planning meetings. The concept behind micro-resolutions is to make things easy and attainable, enabling you to see instant effects and maintain the changes. By cutting the habit into manageable bits, micro-resolutions promote reliance, satisfaction, and progress instead of guilt and disappointment. Micro-resolutions for lasting positive change. Making micro-resolutions is an effective way of changing behavior as they are small, concrete, and easy to track. It may take time to form new habits, but with consistency, they become incorporated into your autopilot. However, it's crucial to start with one or two achievable micro-resolutions to give yourself a chance to adapt to the changes. Overloading with too many micro-resolutions may cause burnout and derail the process of behavioral change. For instance, if you plan to walk to work instead of taking the bus, start with walking every Monday, and over time, it becomes part of your routine. Once these micro-resolutions become part of your autopilot, you can build on top of them with more micro-resolutions. Remember, the goal is to make small changes and turn them into lasting habits. Personalized micro-resolutions. Micro-resolutions are personalized and should be framed positively for better motivation. Zero-tolerance framing is necessary for specific traps that lead to bad habits. According to the book, micro-resolutions cannot be generalized because every individual has their unique needs and desires. Therefore, there cannot be a single master list of micro-resolutions that can work for everyone. A micro-resolution should be tailored to the individual's mindset and needs. When crafting a micro-resolution, it is advisable to frame it positively instead of using commands. A positive framed resolution is more motivating and easy to follow through. For instance, suppose you have a habit of eating too quickly and going back for seconds, causing you to put on extra pounds. In that case, using a micro-resolution like, chew your food slowly, may not be motivating. Instead, it's better to frame it positively, such as, I will savor my food and drink. This way, you can approach your meal as a pleasurable activity and make it easier to follow through on your micro-resolution. However, some bad habits require zero-tolerance framing to eliminate them. For example, if checking your email before bed causes you to waste time and suffer from lack of sleep, a zero-tolerance resolution such as zero tolerance for using the computer after 10 p.m. is necessary. By personalizing your micro-resolutions and framing them positively, you are more likely to achieve your desired behavioral change. The power of cues. Russian scientist Pavlov's dog experiment proves how humans react to cues that can lead to unhealthy habits. In this book summary, readers learn how cues can also be used to build good habits through micro-resolutions. Russian scientist Ivan Pavlov's dog experiment is widely known. He rang a bell whenever it was time for his dogs to eat. Over time, the dogs learned to associate the bell with mealtime, and would salivate, even if no food was present. Humans are programmed in the same way. Certain cues can cause a reaction in our bodies, leading to unhealthy habits. For example, after a hard workout, passing by a vending machine at the gym can cause someone to buy a snack, even when they aren't hungry. However, cues can also be used to create good habits through micro-resolutions. Finding an anchor for micro-resolutions, such as a specific time to walk to work, increases the likelihood of following through. Additionally, piggybacking a micro-resolution onto an already established habit, such as flossing after brushing teeth, also increases the likelihood of success. This book delves into the power of cues and how they can be used to create micro-resolutions. By understanding and utilizing the concept of cues, readers can build good habits and break unhealthy ones. Improve your sleep with micro-resolutions. Despite knowing the importance of sleep, 75% of American adults still sleep less than 6 hours per night. However, micro-resolutions can help you establish better sleeping habits. Examining the habits that keep you from sleeping and designing achievable mini-goals, like getting ready for bed as soon as you've put your child to bed, can improve your sleep. By piggybacking on routines you already have, you can establish a new autopilot behavior that becomes part of your daily life. With enough repetition, you'll eventually have better sleeping habits that will help you rest better for the long run. Small changes, big impact. Making small changes in our daily routine can have a significant impact on our health. Studies have shown that a sedentary lifestyle can lead to weight gain and a shorter lifespan. However, even incorporating tiny amounts of activity can lower these risks and improve overall health. Micro-resolutions, or small goals, can be a perfect way to build healthy habits. By anchoring these goals to a specific moment in our day, we can establish a positive routine that becomes a satisfying path to long-term self-improvement. Remember, you don't have to run a marathon to extend your lifespan. Small changes can lead to big results.
In summary, Small Move, Big Change highlights the power of micro-resolutions in breaking bad habits and making lasting changes in our lives. Arnold demonstrates how these specific, tangible goals can be easily incorporated into our routines, eventually becoming part of our autopilot mode. By focusing on changing one or two small habits at a time and employing techniques such as positive or zero-tolerance framing, cue-based anchoring, and piggybacking, you can achieve more significant and sustainable improvements. Unlock your potential for self-improvement by embracing the world of micro-resolutions and watch yourself grow into a better, happier, and healthier individual.